Okay? So let's go right into the Word of God here again today. As I said, I've been talking about kings and priests, and I want to remind you again, we looked and saw that the Lord is changing the order of ministry, the way things are done. He's changing that. He started changing that from the very beginning of time, and in the very beginning of this world, everyone could go to God if they wanted to. We see that in Genesis chapter 4 and in Genesis chapter 12. Adam's son Seth, it says that he called on the name of the Lord, and when he began to call on the name of the Lord, other people began to call on the name of the Lord. So they would come to the Lord. And then Abram was called by God, and he called on the name of the Lord and built an altar. And so God began to progressively grow and bring them into relationship. But he wanted to do something special. He wanted to make everyone have deeper relationships with him. And so he wanted to educate us. He wanted to teach us how to approach him. How do we worship in spirit and truth? Can you imagine the difference between Adam and Eve's relationship with God before they sinned and our relationship with God today? I mean, he walked with them every day. He appeared to them in the garden every day. He had fellowship with them every day. He was educating them every day. They were surrounded by celestial figures, angels who were there in the garden and going and doing God's business on the mountain of God, and they were being educated on the things of the world. They learned all the things of earth. They were learning about science and minerals and education. All these things were a part of their life. And we have to go through the struggle now, starting as babies and growing up and learning this and growing through that, whereas God was with them. We have God with us in his spirit, but he wants us to get that deeper relationship that he had with them in our life too. So how is he going to do that? He's going to make us into kings and priests. He's going to build us up into that and bring us to that place.